Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be looking at diminished chords. Diminished chords. To form any chord, you need a scale. Every chord falls within a particular scale. So if you want to form a major chord, it means you should have your major scale. Then you can take your major chord from the scale. If you want to play a minor chord, you should have a minor scale. Then from the scale you generate your minor chord. If you want to play a diminished chord as well, you will need the diminished scale. Then you generate your diminished chord from the scale. So for the sake of this video, I will show the diminished scale in key C. And after showing the diminished scale, I'll show the diminished chord in key C as well, and then take it across the keys. But then when I show the scale in key C, I will not show it in the other keys. I will only concentrate on the chord itself. When you have time, you can go through the scale. So this is key C. So with key C, our diminished scale will be I'm repeating it. So we have a 1, a 2, a flat 3, a 4, a sharp 4, a sharp 5, a 6, a 7, and a 1. Do, re, mo, fa, fi, zi, la, ti, do. So we have this to be our diminished scale in key C. To form the diminished chord, we will need our 1, our flat 3, and our flat 5. So for the sake of the number system, how we illustrate or we number the keys, having our do to be our 1, our re to be our 2, in that order. To find your diminished chord in any key, you need your 1, flat 3, and then flat 5. So I have this to be my 1, then 2, 3, flat 3, then flat 5. So 1, flat 3, flat 5, and this becomes our C diminished chord. Our C diminished chord. In key C sharp, the same thing. We have our 1, our flat 3, and our flat 5. So we have this to be our C sharp diminished chord. In key D, we have our 1, we have our flat 3, and we have our flat 5. Having this to be our D diminished chord. In key E flat, we have our 1, flat 3, flat 5. Having this to be our E flat diminished chord. In key E, we have our 1, we have our flat 3, and we have our flat 5. And this is our E diminished chord. In key F, 1, 2, 3, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 5. We have this to be our F diminished chord. In key F sharp, the same format, 1, flat 3, flat 5. We have our 1, flat 3, flat 5. So we have this to be our F sharp diminished chord. In key G, this is our G major chord, which is our 1, 3, and 5. So we flatten our 3 and we flatten our 5. Having this, which is our key G diminished chord. Key G diminished chord. Then we move to key A flat. With key A flat 2, we have our 1, our flat 3, and then our flat 5. Having this to be our key A flat diminished chord. Now to key A. We have our 1 flat 3 flat 5. So we have this to be our key A diminished chord. Moving on to key B flat. With key B flat, we have our 1 here, we have our flat 3 here, we have our flat 5 here. Having this to be our B flat diminished chord. Then to our last key, which is key B, we have 1 here, we have our flat 3 here, we have our flat 5 here. Having this to be our B diminished chord. Our B diminished chord. So in summary, we have our diminished chords to be this to be our C diminished chord, C sharp diminished chord, our D diminished chord, our E flat diminished chord, our E diminished chord, our F diminished chord, our F sharp diminished chord, our G diminished chord, our A flat diminished chord, key A diminished chord, key B flat diminished chord, and then key B diminished chord. So I think that will be all for this video. I just illustrated how we can form our diminished chords, which will be our 1 flat 3 flat 5, but our diminished scale is 1 2 flat 3 4 sharp 4 sharp 5 6 7, however you want to call it. I want to call it sharp 4 or flat 5, sharp 5 or flat 6, which we don't usually use anyway. So I think that will be all for this video. Thank you for watching this video.